All right, folks, over time we've been implementing environmentally friendly habits in our day-to-day. And while you may recycle and go green, have you thought about composting? Do you know what it is? Here to tell us how this method helps the earth while conserving landfill space from the NWSMA Executive Director, Mr. Alder Gordon, and Public Relations Specialist, Kimberly Bear. Good morning to you both.
Morning, Neville.
Let me say
You didn't say NSWMA.
we say it the other way. Roll back that down. I want to make sure so I can read proper. Morning still. And I think you know what I did mean. What is composting, please?
Okay, composting is simply the breaking down of materials, which happens naturally with some simple applications. When you were probably growing up, you would have seen your people would have dig a hole in the back of the yard, and they put like the peel from your yam and banana and your orange peel and all that, and cover it, and it break down, and then they store it up. And over time, they use it to nourish the soil, the kitchen garden, your flower bed. And it's a very rich source of nourishment for the soil. So this week, in our Solid Waste Week, we choose to focus heavily on composting because we believe that based on our last garbage characterization survey, we are wasting a very good resource. 67% of what we currently collect to take to a disposal facility is compostable. Even the cutting, when you weed the grass or you mow your lawn, that shouldn't be bagged up and put out. That could be compost.
I understand what it is now, but I don't understand how it helps with waste reduction, though.
It helps with waste reduction because instead of you putting it out for us to transport it, to pack it up at a disposal site.
All right.
Right? You would have reused that. And so it would help us with our 3R initiative, which is to reduce, reuse, and recycle. So when you compost, you are doing actually all three in one, if you look at it.
We have to have any kind of technique in doing this. I have to know what I'm doing, or I just peel the orange and I just throw it around the tree when we're doing it.
Certainly, the guidance will be helpful, and we are prepared to do that. We are partnering with a number of state agencies, and today in the Mandeville Park, we will have a big show. A lot of groups coming in, agencies coming in, schools coming in. So we'll be taking directly to the public, and after today, we'll be in the communities, in the schools, in the youth clubs, wherever we are. If we are just putting the word out, and we will be, our community relations officers across the island is tasked to make sure that we carry it to every nook and cranny.
Which brings me to you, Ms. Kim.
Yes.
Environmental Week.
Yes.
So what going on in our environmental?
So a lot of things happening in Environmental Awareness Week, but today is National Solid Waste Management Day, and today we'll be in the Mandeville Park, as Mr. Gordon mentioned, and we're showing people how they can compost. You asked, how can I do it? We're showing people the different options. We're showing that you can use a compost heap if you don't have a backyard. We're showing you that you can use a pail. You can use a compost bin. You can dig a hole. We're showing you all the different options available. How can you compost? How can you help to reduce what we're sending to the landfills? So we're teaching you about composting, general recycling, and just how you can reuse what you have to preserve the environment.
And this would be for the regular household and for the business, for everybody?
For everybody. So we even want to get the hoteliers involved because, as you know, they have a lot of waste. And we're showing them, hey, you can reuse what you have. You don't have to just be throwing away and sending to the landfill and filling up the landfill. You can help us to preserve the environment. Because when we do run out of landfill space, what we're going to do? We have to be looking for other options. We have to be looking for other landfill. We don't have the space. So we're trying to say, hey, reduce what you have and preserve the environment for now and for future generations.
Which takes me back to you, sir, with the landfill space. How many we have? 2?
Landfill?
No, I mean, we have a big one.
Well, we have 2 major ones that you heard about, which you will hear about from time to time, which is the retirement in St. James and the Riverton in St. Catherine here, or St. Andrew, depends on the border. But we also have 5 others. We have in St. Thomas, a Church Corner. We have a Myersville in St. Elizabeth, Martins Hill in Mandeville. We have the Haddon in Monique, and I think there's Tobalski that's over in St. Anne also.
I never know that. How big are they? They're not as big as the
They are
major
no,
ones.
they're nowhere as big as Riverton, for example. So Riverton's over 100 acres. It's a huge landfill. But the truth is, Neville, Kim made an excellent point. No matter how big a landfill is, it will run out.
If you keep putting.
If you keep putting. So we are saying, and we are appealing to the public to look at those 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. We are inviting a partnership. Look at these parties when they are held. We're a party people, we're Jamaican, we love to party. All these disposable cups and plates and all this, we can use reusables, you know. There are a lot of good reusable stuff out there. Now I can hear people saying that if you have a big party, how you're gonna collect back and but if we begin to get into that habit, every time a man go up and order some drinks, he doesn't have to get a new cup.
Yeah.
You know, we can get into little things we can do at home, you know. For example, people throwing out a lot of disposable plates in the garbage. We're seeing a lot of that, disposable cups. Why are you doing that at home? We used to wash our plate, and it was okay. I know things have changed, times have changed, people have moved to different approaches, but we have to consider too that we're a partner in this drive to have a good environment.
Yeah. I was reading recently, I can't remember the second country. I know Canada was one. I don't know if you saw that they sent waste to some country. Was about 4 years ago, and the country must have sent it back to them. No, we anybody in the world would want anything that we have that them can recycle or anything like that. We can't send it going anywhere.
Well, off the top of my head, I know that I think Sweden is one such place that imports waste. I'm not sure that we have been approached for waste in general, but I do know that several people are interested in tires, that in the old tires that we have. But the waste in general, I don't know that we have been approached.
By the way, I want to come back to Ms. Kim, but what you say, if it run out, what we do?
Well, this is the dilemma. That's why we are trying to move to a new paradigm at the NSWMA with transfer stations, where we have a complete facility that not just take the waste and store it, but convert what can be used. For example, we visit one in Miami the other day where they use the energy that runs the plant is produced right there at the transfer station. So we're going to find ways to use the garbage. There is a value, a commercial value to garbage. Garbage is not a waste as we treat it.
Yeah.
It's just that we are not converting it to that commercial.
I don't know if you can tell me a percentage of what will happen if we're really doing this composting thing. How much less garbage will be collected and how easy that will be. We work out all them things yet?
Well, yes, we know that already based on, I refer to our garbage characterization study that was done. The last one was a year ago. 67% of the garbage is compostable. Now, let us say you even have a 40%
or a 50%,
or 50% compliance in terms of the composting.
Still much better than...
It means that we would need half the trucks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Easy maths to work out that we are using now.
All right, Ms. Kim, what happened? What else happened after today? Today, you say, was what? National
Today,
Solid Waste.
right.
Always have this day?
Yes, for the last 13 years, we have celebrated Solid Waste Management Day.
We learned so much on this program. So.
Right. So today we're going to the Mandeville Park, and we commenced our activities on Sunday with a church service at the Ridgemont United in Manchester. Yesterday, we had an expo in Trelawney doing the same thing that we're doing today, but it's in the Western region. Right. On Tuesday, we had a beautification project in Torspen. And today is the big day for us. So we're having a lot of entertainment. We're having a lot of surprises, teaching people. And then tomorrow we'll go to our NEPM region, which is St. Anne, St. Mary, Portland, and do the same thing. So we're doing it island-wide. Yeah. So people can say yes.
You already said you're teaching people. I accept that. We need any equipment or anything like that to be
and that's it. It's so easy. You don't need much equipment, and you just need little time. You just need to be committed. Okay. And it's a little bit of time. It's not a lot of energy. Right. So you just throw in, when you're growing up in the country, you just go and you throw it at the root of the plant. Yeah. It's not a lot of energy.
But it's not all garbage or not?
No, it's not. Can be composted. We don't want you to compost meat scraps that will attract rats and rodents to your composting.
Which is important. So that part is absolutely the lesson is important.
That will be,
don't it?
Right, that is very important.
Because we just start everything and
right, and then your compost starts to smell. And people are always concerned about the smell.
So some of the things that we can would be what?
Would be leaves, the cardboard egg boxes, you can do that. Newspaper, you can shred that and add it to your compost. Your grass cuttings, your fruit waste.
Newspaper?
Your kitchen, yes, newspaper. So you don't have to pile them up at home. You can shred them, add them to your compost heap.
Okay.
And it's lessening whatever we're sending to the
And
landfill.
as Mr. Gordon said, the peels and stuff.
The peels, right. And you can. Some people use manure.
Yeah. We have to chop up the peel, or we can just peel it and...
You can just peel it and throw it in and throw it there.
It break down, man.
It break down.
Store it, it
After
break down.
a
And it helps the process, the decomposition process. So it makes it go faster.
Fantastic. What about trucks now? I heard the minister saying that they more about 10 million trucks and you have no complaint after that.
Well, in the last 3 years, we've gotten 43 new trucks. They are helping us tremendously. We still have a challenge because the high percentage of our fleet is aged. We're expecting to get 100 new trucks.
How much truck you have now?
Right now, we have about 100 trucks, but of the 100, 43 is new. The rest is very old.
So how many you need overall?
We need probably 150 to do a good job.
150. So
Right.
you'd have to get rid of the 50 something well, not so good.
Right.
So you need about 100 more even after you get
Which
this.
we'll be getting, the process is underway for us to get those. But you know what, Neville? If we just keep adding trucks every year, we would have been failing. Right now, we need the trucks.
Yeah.
But what we need more is a partnership with the public to get into composting, so we reduce the garbage.
Did you get some new
Then
uniform too?
We have some very, very, very outstanding. The men are looking excellent. The ladies out there, our people.
That's it right there?
Or general worker. That's one form of it. They are just another one with the reflectors right across the chest.
See,
Okay, so another right. And it's very, very well received. The men are happy, the ladies. We just completed training island-wide for all our sanitation workers. They are all decked out in their uniform. Beautiful. We ask the public to give them the support. If they're doing something wrong, call us and tell us. But say hi to them. Let them feel special because they are good people.
Ms. Kim, I gave him the first word, so I give you the last word. Tell me again where, what time today?
Mandeville Expo, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Mandeville Park across from the courthouse. We'll be there all day. And tomorrow we'll be in Ocho Rios at the Champion Supermarket in Ocho Rios.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. Tough job, boy.
Tough.
Tough job.
But we keep going.
I'll get it right this time. From the National Solid Waste Management Authority, his Executive Director, Mr. Orly Gordon, and Public Relations Specialist. So you see how Ms. Kim clap up on TV. All right, folks, stay with us. So we pick things back up right after the break. Soon come.